Some people are protesting the COVID-19 vaccine requirement handed down by Mayo Clinic. I'm KIMT News 3's Annalise Johnson, live with why one nurse says she will not comply.
COVID vaccine mandates are being met by outcries by some Olmsted Medical Center workers. I'm KIMT News 3's Jessica Bringy, live with why they're asking for the right to remain unvaccinated.
And temperatures may still be into the 50s, but as we head into this evening, I'm tracking them back towards freezing again for tonight. I'll have a full check your forecast coming up.
KIMT News 3, coverage you can count on. This is KIMT News 3 at 5.
Thanks so much for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 5. I'm George Mallet.
And I'm Amy Fleming.
First tonight, we've said it before, Mayo Clinic employees have two options: vaccination or termination.
Today, some workers are pushing back, refusing to be immunized against COVID-19. KIMT News 3's Annalise Johnson joins us live to tell us about the Medical Freedom Rally. Annalise?
Amy, George, I'm here at Peace Plaza in downtown Rochester, where this morning a few hundred people gathered to protest Mayo Clinic's vaccination requirements. Mayo employees, local supporters, and some out-of-town folks from the Stop the Mandate MN group rallied here in Peace Plaza and circled the Mayo Clinic Gonda building. I spoke to two nurses who have worked for Mayo for 20 years and believe they shouldn't have to choose between getting a shot or losing their job.
We love our Lord, and most importantly, we hope people's hearts will be open to God. You know, and that God made us awesome, and He made our body to withhold and withstand a lot.
88% of Mayo Clinic employees are vaccinated against the virus. That number is up that number is up more than 10% since the requirement was announced by Mayo Clinic. Live in Rochester, Annalise Johnson, KIMT News 3.
For its part, Mayo says in a statement, making COVID-19 vaccination a requirement to work at Mayo Clinic will help ensure we have a healthy workforce and that Mayo Clinic is a safe place to receive care, just as our patients expect. The hospital adds that a review process will be available for staff to seek medical or religious exemptions to vaccination. Staff may participate in social media and advocacy on their own behalf in accordance with applicable Mayo Clinic policies.
A second protest aimed at supporting healthcare workers against COVID-19 vaccination mandates is taking place at Olmsted Medical Center. KIMT News 3's Jessica Bringy joins us live there with our ongoing coverage of the demonstration that wrapped up, about an hour ago, Jessica?
Amy, that's right. So the protest got underway around 11. It was scheduled to go until 5. But if you take a look where I'm standing here previously, there were dozens of people lined up around this area. But Amy, as you mentioned, they went home about an hour ago. What they were doing here was holding up signs, really asking OMC for the right to choose whether or not they're vaccinated. Organizers say they're holding these protests as workers have been denied medical and or religious exemptions regarding the mandate. They're hoping to be heard by holding these demonstrations. In a statement, OMC says employees who have submitted a written request for a medical or religious exemption are being notified of its acceptance or rejection following committee review. For those employees who have received an approved medical or religious exemption response, OMC will continue to evaluate if the exemption remains valid. Andrea Postel, a House supervisor at OMC, tells me so far she believes exemptions aren't being accepted by the facility.
Olmsted Medical Center has started a vaccine mandate for all staff. Not giving anyone a choice, and they've been denying everybody's exemptions for any reason. As far as I know, there hasn't been one granted, and we've had over 200 applicants for exemptions.
Now, in a statement to KIMT News 3, OMC did say if an exemption request is declined, the employee will be required to submit a written plan for vaccination. Any employee who chooses not to follow through with their vaccination plan will be terminated. Live in Rochester, Jessica Bringy, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Jessica. If you're interested in reviewing OMC's full statement on the vaccine mandate, you can find it linked to this story on KIMT.com.
On that note, it's time now for a weather update. We hope you had a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah, it's Not raining anymore today, so that's a good thing. Let's check in with KIMT Storm Team 3 meteorologist Ryan Knapp. Ryan, hopefully you're tracking a little more sunshine. This was a great day.
Well, at least for tomorrow we are, but as we head into midweek, we are tracking those rain chances once more. It seems like that's been the trend here, where as we move throughout the start of the week, conditions are nice, but by midweek we have another system moving on in. So current conditions right now out of downtown Rochester, seeing some blue skies, a few upper level clouds there as well, but that will not stop us. As we head into tonight, temperatures are going to start to cool down. So while we're at 50 degrees right now, and really the majority of us are still into the 50s, we're going to slowly work our way back down into the 40s here over the next hour, and then soon work our way into the 30s for tonight. Taking a look at the satellite and radar composite, all the clouds that we saw this morning associated with that low pressure system moving through Illinois, now moving out of the area. We were opened up to some great clear skies today across North Iowa and southern Minnesota. But if you look further off towards the west here, especially along the Dakotas, a lot of cloud coverage is going to start to make its way on in, and with that comes our next chance for showers and maybe even a thunderstorm or two. I'll have a full check of what you can expect, though, coming up here in about 10 minutes.
Thank you, Ryan. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting 3,010 new COVID-19 cases and 22 more deaths. That brings the state's total positive case count to 773,227. The death toll now stands at 8,559. The positivity rate is on the decline as it now sits at 7.8% after reaching a 8.5% high earlier. Roughly 70% of Minnesotans 12 and older are now fully vaccinated.
There's an emphasis on getting your COVID-19 vaccine, but don't forget about your flu shot. A United Way of Olmsted County is helping those who don't have health insurance get the vaccine.
Plus, a woman making infantry history in the Iowa National Guard, what she's accomplished that no other woman has done before.
And later in the broadcast, it's being called the Facebook Papers, why the company is facing its biggest crisis in its 17-year history.
KIMT News 3 at 5. Your local news with KIMT News 3's Amy Fleming and George Mallet. Tracking storms with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. This is KIMT News 3. More local news that is happening now from your community. We are coverage you can count on.